Hello guys, welcome to the new Blender course. My name is Dino and in this course we are going to be modeling easy and fun animal models. The first thing we will do is an insert reference that will help us to create a body for our characters. After that we will start creating our models with the help of basic shapes and modifiers. We will follow the reference line step by step to finally get one whole or one model. We will use one body for all the characters because they are all low poly and they are all based on the same principle. When we make a base model, we will start creating different animals. The first animal we will make is a bear. I will show you how to model all the details on the bear, such as snout, ears, nose and of course the tail. When we are done modeling one bear, I will show you how to make 3 different types of bears, giving each of the different materials. Once we are done with modeling bears, I will also show you how you can model rhino and also cat. With this type of technique you will be able to create a lot of different animals and you will be able to see how easy it can be. In the end I will show you how to design an interesting scene for your character. I will use rhino, but you can use any animal you like. We will add a plane for the ground and then we will start posing our character. Once we make pose to the character, we will make some changes in the plane and give it some imperfections in terms of the heels. After which we will find an adequate and interesting HDRI that we will use for our lighting. We will model grass and with the help of particle system we will distribute it over the scene. We will also model some rocks using the basic meshes. In the end we will set our final render settings and render the scene. This course is mainly for beginners, but if you are an advanced 3D artist you can use it for your inspiration or a quick project. So let's have a fun and model some animals. Let's hop onto the videos. See you there! Everybody and welcome to our first video in this course. So as you can see, currently I'm working with Blender version 2.93, but if you can get any version above this you should get it, because it's always best to work on the latest version because of the new features and bug fixes as well. So let's go and create a new file under general, and here we have our default scene with our default cube. I'm going to turn on my screencast add-on, so right here in this left corner you will be able to see all the shortcuts that I'm going to use in this course. So now I'm going to select everything by pressing A and I will go and press X to delete it. Now we can go in front orthographic view by pressing number 1 on a keyboard, and with the Shift and A we are going to load a reference image that you can get from the course as well. So under reference images I'm going to navigate to my image. It's right here. So this image is a body shape that I created for all our animals, so we are going to use this shape, and on this shape we are going to build the other animals as well. So here I'm going to go under image properties here in this properties menu here, and I'm going to turn on this option which is called back, which means that this reference image will be behind our mesh. And also let's go and lower this opacity here to be 0.3. And also under filter here in the scene collection we are going to enable this filter for selections, and I'm going to disable this image from being selected. So right now we cannot select this image anymore. So now let's go and begin with the simple cube. So with the Shift and A I'm going to add cube to our scene, and I want to go and add subdivision surface with number of subdivision 1 for now. I'm going to go now in edit mode, and before that actually in object mode I'm going to change shading from flat to smooth by pressing right click, and now change shading to smooth. Now I'm going to enable X-ray mode so we will be able to select both back and front vertices at the same time. So now I'm going to go and move this up by pressing G and Z, and now let's move this one down here like this, and now with Ctrl and R I'm going to add edge loop in the middle. Now I can go and press A to select everything, and let's scale this down to about here. So now it's roughly follow the reference image as well. So now I'm going to go out of object mode, and here with Ctrl and A we can go and apply the subdivision surface modifier, or you can go here and here you will be able to apply it. Now if you go back in edit mode you will be able to see that we have now more vertices than we had before. And now we are going to remove the left side because I want to apply mirror modifier, because we will model only one side, and with mirror modifier we will have the other side immediately So let's go and select all the vertices on the left side. I'm going to delete them by pressing X and confirm delete. And now let's go and add modifier on the modifier stack. So here I'm going to go and add mirror modifier, and don't forget to turn on clipping because we want to merge all vertices in the middle. And now next I want to go and add subdivision surface with number subdivision 2, and here we can go and continue with our modeling. So now I'm going to select all of these, and with G and Z we can go and pull this up. And now let's go and move this one slightly down like this. We can go and actually scale all of this, and now I'm going to pull this up back a little bit. So I'm just trying to match our reference image as much as possible. And now here I'm going to go and pull this up, and with Control and there I want to go and add another edge loop here. So I will go and add it to match the reference image for our arm here. And now we can go and turn off X-ray for now, and let's move to the side. So here we have those two faces here. We can go in face selection and select those two faces, and from this part we are going to extrude this arm here. So I'm going to press I to insert faces there. And now I'm going to press S and Y to scale it on the Y axis like this. And now next you need to turn on add-on which is called the loop tools under edit preferences, and under add-ons I'm going to search for loop tools and make sure that you're having turned on. And with this you will be able to do, when you press right click in edit mode, there is a new option which is called loop tools, and we are going to convert this to be circle like this. So now I'm going to go and move this slightly with the G here, and now we can go and start pulling this here. But actually let's go and return it a little bit, rotate it a little bit as well, and here we can go and scale it as well a little bit by pressing S, and now I'm going to start extruding this out. So with E I'm creating a new faces, so like this. Make sure that you are locking all the time on the x-axis. So I'm going to press E and X to lock on the x-axis. Now let's go and continue here. I'm going to do it one more time like this, and now we can turn on back X-ray, and with vertex selection we can go and move this a little bit here in the front. And now let's go and turn it off, and here we have this face here which we can go and press I to insert face there. And now I'm going to go and press S and X to scale it on the x-axis to make it a little bit more like square. And now we can go in top orthographic view, press E to extrude to about here, and here we can go and scale down a little bit. And now we have those two faces which we can go and scale it down and make it a little bit longer, or we can go and extrude a new faces there on the x-axis like this, and we are going to keep this one as it is for now. So now we have created our hand here, our arm, and now let's go in X-ray mode as well. So I'm going to go and adjust this a little bit. Also make sure that you are doing, we can go and select all these vertices. I'm going to press right click and convert this to be circle. I'm going to do the same here, right click and convert this to the circle. Also we can do it here, circle. Maybe we can scale this down a little bit. And here I'm going to go and press S, X and 0 to make this perfectly straight. Also I want to do the same here, here as well, S, X and 0 to align them to be perfectly straight on the x-axis. Also this one here and this one here. And here we created our hand. Now I'm going to go and adjust this a little bit here. So here I'm going to go and select this edge, and with G and X I'm going to go and pull it out there. And now we can go and select all these vertices for the thumb, and we can go and slightly rotate it as well. I'm going to go and scale it up a little bit, and here I'm going to keep this one as it is for now. Maybe we can go and pull this one here, and here I'm going to select this edge loop by pressing Alt and left click, and we can go and scale this down, so making this a little bit rounded and follow the shape. So now we can go and continue with the legs. So for the legs I'm going to go here on this bottom side, and here we have this vertex here which we can use for creating a new face, which we will later on be able to extrude for our legs. So with Shift, Control and B we will be able to bevel it out like this. I'm going to press right click and under loop tools convert this to be circle. So right click and convert this to be circle. And now I'm going to go and rotate this slightly by pressing R. And now with E I will be able to extrude it. Now with G, let's go and flatten it out. So with S, Z and 0 I will be able to flatten this out down. And now let's go and pull this a few more time down with extrude like this. And now we will be able to adjust this a little bit better and scale it up. So I can go and select all of these, and I'm going just to scale it up a little bit, pull it down with G like this. And now I'm going to go and select this bottom side and pull it up. Now I'm going to go and move to the side. Let's go and turn off X-ray. And now we have those two faces, which we will be able to extrude it out in the front to create feet. So I will press E and make sure that you lock on the Y axis. So let's pull it to about here. And now you can see that we already got feet. Now let's go and adjust it a little bit. So to make it flat, we can go and add edge loop here by pressing Ctrl and there. And let's add like this. And now I'm going to go and actually with edge selection I will be able to select this one, and also those two here. And with G and Y we can go and make it more rounded like this. And with Ctrl and there we can go and add edge loop here like this. And now with vertex selection we will be able to return those two a little bit back here. And I'm going to go and select those two vertices, and with G and Z we can go and pull this down, and this one can go up, this one as well a little bit. So I'm going just to I will just go and try to make that rounded shape. So let's go and keep this one, something like this is going to be, I believe, just fine. I'm going to go and select those three vertices here, and also this one here, and let's try to scale this a little bit on the x-axis. And this one is going to be just fine. So now let's go and adjust this a little bit better. So here I'm going to go and pull this one back, and here everything should be just fine. Let's go and turn off X-ray for now and see how it's going to look like. So now we can go on the side, and here with vertex selection I'm going to go in X-ray mode. I will go and select this vertex here and all this edge loop here. And also we have this on the side, so I will go in the front orthographic view, select this vertex and also those here. And now without X-ray I'm going to go and press S and Z to scale this a little bit, so you can see that now we have this clean topology here. So you can see what actually is doing, it's removing these creases that we had below arm. And now we can go on the side with X-ray mode. I'm going to go and select all these vertices and also this one, those on the back, and we can go and scale this a little bit on the Y by pressing S and Y. So let's see how it's going to look like. And now let's go and adjust this arm as well a little bit. So here we can go and add edge loop here, and we can go and scale it up. And with Push G we can go do edge sliding there. And here for the hand we can go and pull this one here by pressing G and Z, and also those two we can go and maybe scale this a little bit more, so now it's look a little bit chubbier than before. And also we can go in X-ray mode with vertex selection. We can go and actually pull this a little bit back, so we can go and select the whole arm. And now I'm going to return it here. And now we are done with modeling our body. We are going to turn off our reference image, and you can see that we are done with modeling our body. So that's it for this video. In the next video we are going to add faces and ears and also tails to create a different kind of animals. So the aim of the style that we are aiming is going to be like the game Fall Guys. We are going to create the animals that are standing up, and also we are going to create different animals with just using this simple shape that we have created. So that's it about this video. Stay tuned, because in the next video we are going to add details to our animals. So see you there. Hello everybody, and welcome to our second video in this course. So as you can see here, we have our basic body for our animals, and before we continue with our first animal, we are going to enable this reference image once again, because if you go in X-ray mode, you can see that we also have place for our eyes. So let's go and add them. So with the Shift and A, we can go and add UV sphere. I'm going to lower down number of segments and rings here in these default properties. So let's write down 16, and here I will go with the 8 rings. And now I will press right click to change shading from flat to smooth. And let's go add subdivision surface modifier with subdivisions 2 and also mirror modifier. But don't forget to put mirror modifier on top of subdivision here. And now I can go in edit mode by pressing tab, and if I press G and move this to the side, you can see that we are having mirrored sphere on the other side as well because of the mirror modifier. And now let's place it where eyes should be. So I'm going to scale this down like this, place it here. Let's scale it a little bit more. Now we can go in the right orthographic view, and here I will go and move this in the front with the G and Y to about here. I'm going to scale this a little bit to make it a little bit flatter than it is right now. And now also we need to place it on the top. So here I can go and rotate slightly. And now let's go and exit out of X-ray mode. And here you can see that we have eyes as well. So now we can get rid of our reference image. I'm going to disable it once again to be selected, and we can select it, X to delete. And now we have this cube and sphere, which is going to be our basic shape and body for all our animals. So we are going to keep this one as a template. So here I can go and rename the whole collection body. And now I'm going to create a new collection here for our first animal, which is going to be bear here. And now I'm going to go and duplicate this with the Shift and D. We can go and move it to the side by pressing right click. We are going to keep the same location. And now I'm going to move this cube 001 and sphere to our new collection, which is bear, by pressing M here, and we can just select bear here. And now we can go and hide our template here. So now we can continue working on this bear collection here. So before we continue, we can go on our internet browser and search for bear images, so we can see how it's going to look like. And you can see that all bears are having almost the same rounded ears, and also this snout in the front with nose. So now we can go and jump back on our Blender here. And now let's go and begin with the ears. So with the Shift and A, I'm going to create a new cube to our scene. I'm going to go and add a subdivision surface modifier with number of subdivision 2. Right click to change shading from flat to smooth. And now we can go and add mirror modifier. I'm going to drag it up here, and now we can go in edit mode. With G we can move it to the side. Let's scale this down by pressing S. And now I'm going to place it on top of head. So I will press S and Y to make it a little bit flat. We can go and add edge loop here and pull it like this in the front to make it like this. Let's go in the front view. I'm going to select it. Let's scale it a little bit down. And now I'm going to go and with the face selection, I can go and press I to insert a face there. And we can go and just slightly extrude inside like this. And we are going to keep everything as it is. I'm going to increase number of subdivisions here. And let's go and actually select this edge loop by pressing Alt and left click, and we can go and press G and Y to move this a little bit in the front. So G and Y like this. And we are done with modeling ears. We can go actually and select it one more time, this front face here, and we can just scale it down because I want to decrease this this inside of the ears. So this one is going to be just fine. Let's go and rotate around to see if everything is okay. And now we are going to create a snout. So for the snout we are going to use a simple cube, and also one more time let's add subdivision surface modifier and also mirror modifier. I'm going to pull it up here, make sure that you're having clipping on, and now in edit mode we can go and add edge loop in the middle. Let's go in X-ray mode by pressing here, or we can press Alt and Z, and with vertex selection we can get rid of this half here, and now we can continue with modeling snout. So let's place it in front. I'm going to scale this down, and let's change shading before we continue from flat to smooth, like this in object mode. And now I'm going to go in edit mode. So here I'm going to go and move this by pressing G and Y back, like so. And here in front orthographic view we can continue with modeling out. I'm going to pull this one up. Let's move this one as well up. I'm going to go and add edge loop here and one more edge loop there. And now let's go and adjust this a little bit. So let's select everything and pull this down. And now I'm going just to move these vertices around to get the best shape that I can for snout. So this one can go a little bit up, this one as well. Let's select everything. I'm going to scale this on the Z by pressing S and Z. Let's return this one a little bit inside. This one can go here, maybe this one as well, and also this one can go a little bit closer, and this one can go higher. Also this one here and this one as well. Now I'm going to go and select this side here, G and X, to scale a little bit on the X, and here on the side I can go and move this one on the back, so I can press G and Y to pull it back. Also this one here, and now actually we can select the whole all these vertices in front by pressing G and Y. We can go and return it a little bit inside, and let's get out of X-ray. I'm going to pull it out a little bit like this, and now we can go and add nose. So with the Shift and A we can create another UV sphere. Let's change shading from flat to smooth, and now I can go and place it on top. S to scale it down, G and Y to pull it in the front, S and Y to scale it on the Y axis like this. Let's go and rotate it, and S and X to scale it on the X axis. Let's place it a little bit in the front. I'm going to scale this down a little bit like this. Let's rotate, maybe a little bit down, and here we have bear. So with the Shift and A also let's create a tail. So tail is going to be just simple sphere. I'm going to change shading to smooth, and let's place it back, S to scale it, and just small tail like this is going to be just fine. And we are done with modeling bear. So let's adjust this snout a little bit more. So here I'm going to go and maybe we can go scale it up a little bit on the Y, on the Z, and also a little bit on the X, and this is going to be just fine. So now I'm going to switch to material preview to add color to it. So here we can go and select eyes, and for eyes we are going to use just simple black material. So I will create a new material under materials stack. Let's make this one black here, and for nose I'm going to use the same material, black. And now let's select body. So for body we are going to create a new brown color, or you can make any color that you want. So something like this. Now we can go a little bit darker. Or actually let's make it like this. So this color is going to be just fine. You can use this hex code here under hex if you want to have exactly the same. So for ears I'm going to use the same material. And for snout we are going to make this one a little bit yellow color. So something like this is going to be just fine. And for the inside of the ears I'm going to go in edit mode, and in X-ray mode we can go and select this face here, the front one, not the back one. And here I'm going to go and create a new material under plus. Let's find the material that we used for nose, and you can see that we actually didn't select the front. So we can go out of X-ray mode, select front, and assign the new material. but you can see that we are having cube instead of circle, so we can fix it just by pressing I, inserting new face here, because we are having subdivision there. So you can see that we now have created inside of the ears, and we created bear. And now I will move on the right orthographic view, and also let's go and add material to our tail here. So I'm going to use the same material, and we are done with creating bear. So also, for example, we can go and Shift and D to duplicate, and here if you want to make a different color bear, so make sure that you are having this selected to make it unique, this material here. So for example, you can make it darker, also this one here. We can use the same hex that we have here, so we can copy to it and paste it here for this first material. But make sure that you are making it unique, because we use the same copy material there, also for this one here, like this. And also you can change color here, but make sure that this material is unique, so make it a little bit darker. And let's copy the same hex. I'm going to now switch to second material, make it unique, and let's paste it here. And here you can see that we are having two types of bears, and you can continue. So for example, you can make polar one. So I'm going to make this one unique, make just simple white material like this. Also here, make it unique, and this one as well. So this one should be also unique, and this one can be white as well. I'm going to add here as well, and for this one as well. And for the inside, we can change this one to be maybe a little bit pink color. So something like this is going to be just fine. Maybe here, let's try it here, this pink material. I'm going to use white material here. And you can see that we have the three different types of bears just by changing the color of it. So that's it about this video. Stay tuned, because in the next video we are going to create another animal, and see you there. Everybody, and welcome to our third video in this course. So as you can see, we are done with modeling bears, and now we should continue with another animal, which is going to be rhino. So here I'm going to hide our bears here, and let's go and unhide our body. If you didn't, you can just press on this eye here, and here we can go and create a new collection and rename it to rhino. Also, I'm going to rename this body collection here to be template. And now I'm going to go and duplicate this template. With the Shift and D, we are going to place this copy on the same location by pressing right click, and we can press M to move this to rhino collection. Now we can hide template once again, and we can continue working in this rhino collection here. So first we are going to create a snout, then horn, and later on ears and also tail. So first let's begin with the snout. So with the Shift and A, I'm going to add a new cube to our scene, and under modifier stack we are going to add a subdivision surface modifier and also mirror modifier next. And let's pull this up, and also make sure that you're having clipping turned on. Now I'm going to change shading from flat to smooth, and also let's switch back to solid view so we can continue with the modeling. And by pressing tab we will enter in edit mode, and with Ctrl and R I'm going to add edge loop in the middle. Now with Alt and Z I'm going to enter in X-ray mode, or you can do it here. And let's get rid of this hull because we are having mirror modifier turned on. So I can press X and delete all the vertices on the left side. And now we can go and place this in front. So I'm going to press S to scale this down like this. And now we can go and continue. So here I'm going to go and move this here to the side. And now I can go and add one more edge loop like this. and here I can go and move this one down. Let's pull this one up a little bit, and also this one can go down. Let's move this down, and now I can press G and Z to pull this down. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. Now let's go and scale this up a little bit, G and Z to pull it up, and I'm going to add one more edge loop here. So I will place this vertex here, move it a little bit down here, and let's go and pull it also this one down. Make sure that you are checking your internet browser and the reference image of the rhino. So I will go and move this one down here like this, and now I will go and move this slightly closer like this. Let's pull this one down as well, and this one can go up a little bit, and this one as well. So this is going to be just fine. So now we can continue working here on the right orthographic view. So let's pull this one a little bit back here. I'm going to go and move this by pressing G and Y, and also this one here as well, G and Y. Let's go and see how it's going to look like. So here you can see that we need to go in top orthographic view, and here I'm going to return this a little bit back to make it a little bit rounded like this here. And now I'm going to go in front orthographic view, and here we are going to create a nose. So we can select this vertex here, and by holding Shift, Ctrl and B we can bevel this out to create a new face. Next we need to have turned on add-on which is called Loop Tools. So we can go under Edit, Preferences, and here under add-ons we can search for loop, and make sure that you're having this add-on turned on by checking here on this box. And when you press right click in edit mode, you will see Loop Tools in front on top, and here we can go and convert this face to be circle like this. And now I'm going to go and press E to extrude inside to create nose, so you can see how it's going to look like. Now we can go in X-ray mode, and here let's go and place it a little bit here. Make sure that you deselect this back here. I'm going to go and move it a little bit there. Let's scale it up a little bit as well. And now I'm going to go and move this a little bit to the side by pressing G and X. And here actually make sure that you don't check that vertex there. And here I can go and add one more edge loop here like this to make it more visible. Let's see how it's going to look like so far. And I'm going to go also here on the side, and let's select these top vertices, G and Y to pull it back like this. And here we are done with modeling rhino snout. Also here I'm going to go and select this one and this one, and with G and Y we can go and pull it a little bit in the front like this. And also here I can go in X-ray mode, and here we can select this edge loop by holding Alt and left clicking, and with twice G we can go and pull this a little bit out like so. And here we can go in X-ray mode, and you can see that we need to return this one a little bit back, and this one as well like this, also this one here. And now we are going to create a horn. So with the Shift and A we are going to add cube and subdivision surface modifier like this. Let's go and add two subdivisions, change shading to smooth, and now let's place it on top. And I'm going to scale this down. Let's see how it's going to look like. I will move in the edit mode and also in the right orthographic view by pressing 3. Let's turn on X-ray so we can go and select back vertices as well. I'm going to scale this down, and now I can go and select this top part, and here we can go and start extruding this part up. We can go now and adjust this a little bit, so this is going to be just fine. I'm going to check the front view, and here I can go and move this back a little bit and also rotate it as well. We can go and add one more edge loop here on the bottom side, and here we are done with modeling horn. we can go and scale it up a little bit. So that's a little bit too much. I'm going to rotate this one like this, and you can see that we are done with modeling front part, and now we can continue with ears and tail. So for ears we are going to use almost the same as we did for bears. So with Shift and A, let's create a new cube to our scene. Subdivision surface modifier with number of subdivision 2. Right click to change shading to smooth, and also let's apply mirror modifier as well. Pull it up, and now we can go in edit mode, G, and move it there. I'm going to move also on the right orthographic view, S and Y to scale it on the Y axis, and also let's go and add edge loop here, and I will press twice G to do edge sliding. And now I'm going to go and scale this down, and here I will go in X-ray mode, and I will select this top part, and I'm going to go and extrude it one more time here, like this. Let's see how it's going to look like. And we can go and add one more edge loop in the middle. We can select those two and scale it down a little bit, like this. And here we can go and move this to the side, also this one here. I'm going to scale this down, rotate it, scale it up a little bit, and here we can go and adjust it as well. Let's pull this one here, also this one here. This vertex can go to about here. I'm going to pull this one down as well, also those two. Make sure that you are selecting both sides as well. So here and also here. Let's see how it's going to look like. I'm going to go and select everything, rotate as well. Also now I'm going to select this this vertex here, or actually we are going to select all these front faces like this, and we can go and press just I to insert all these faces, and E to extrude back. We can press G and Y to pull this a little bit back. And now here we can go and adjust it a little bit as well. So we can switch back to edit mode and vertex selection. And here I'm going to select this part here, pull it down, also this one here. Let's select all of this and scale it down a little bit and return it inside. We can go and scale this a little bit on the x-axis like this. And here I'm going to go and move this one down, adjust it a little bit, this one as well. We can go and rotate them as well a little bit. So let's see how it's going to look like. So this is a little bit too small, so we can go and select them and scale it up. I'm going to rotate it up as well. And we are done with modeling ears, and so now we are going to finish with tail. So for tail we are going to use simple cube. I'm going to go and add subdivision surface with number of subdivision 2. Right click to change shading to smooth. I'm going to go in edit mode, S to scale. So we are going to create small tail, and we are going to finish tail with that hair, so it's going to look like a brush. So small tail, something like this is going to be just fine. Let's select this, and here I'm going to go and extrude it up a little bit. Actually this is way too big, so I'm going to return it. Let's select everything and scale this down, and here I'm going to extrude this couple of times by pressing E. Let's go and rotate, and here one more time, rotate. So now we can go and duplicate this, or actually we are going to create a new cube. So with Shift and A, let's add cube and subdivision surface modifier with number of subdivision 2, smooth shading, and now in edit mode I'm going to place it on the end here. Let's rotate it, so something like this is going to be just fine. And here we can go and extrude this up, and we can just scale this down. so something like this is going to be just fine for the style that we are aiming for. So we are done with modeling rhino. So now we are going to add materials, so we can switch to material selection, and here for body parts we are going to create a new material. Let's select this blue gray color, so we can go and lower this down. So something like this is going to be just fine. You can use the same hex as I have here. I'm going to use the same for snout. Let's find it. It's this one. Also for ears, for tail as well, and also for this part we are going to use the same but only darker. So we are going to use the same. Make sure that you make this unique, and we are going just to make this one darker. And now here we are going to add for ears this black material that we had, and also for nose we can use a little bit yellow color here. Something like this is going to be just fine. And now here I'm going to go and also select this edge loop here by switching to face selection. I'm going to select this edge loop here, and with G and Y we can go and pull this up there, and maybe we can go and slightly rotate as well here by pressing R. And now I can go in face selection and select all these front faces. I'm going to create a new material here, and we can go and press assign, and I'm going to press I once again to insert face to confirm it like this. And here we are going to change the color and make it a little bit pinkish color. Something like this is going to be just fine. And let's go and adjust these ears a little bit more. So I can go in vertex selection, X-ray mode, and let's actually scale this part up a little bit. And I'm going to return it a little bit down. Also this part here can go there, and this one closer here. And here I'm going to go and also select it and rotate it as well slightly. And here we are done with modeling our rhino here. So that's it about this video. Stay tuned, because in the next video we are going to create another animal. So see you there. Everybody, and welcome to another video in this course. So here, as you can see, we are done with modeling rhino. So I'm going to hide rhino collection here, and we can continue with another animal, which is going to be cat. So here under scene collection I'm going to create a new collection, and let's rename it to cat. And also I'm going to enable template to be seen once again. So we can now select both cube and sphere here, and with the Shift and D we can create another copy here. I'm going to place it at the same location by pressing right click, and now we can go and press M here and move this to new collection, which is going to be cat. And now we can hide our template once again, and we can continue working with this cat template here, actually collection here. So now we are going to create first cat snout. So with the Shift and A we can go and begin with the simple cube, subdivision surface modifier, right click to change shading from flat to smooth, and also mirror modifier on top as well. So I'm going to drag it up here, make sure that you enable clipping here, and with Control and R we can add edge loop in the middle, and we need to get rid of this half here. So I'm going to go and get rid of this half, but before that you will need to go in X-ray mode, or you can press Alt and Z, X to delete those vertices on the left. And now I'm going to go and select everything with the A, and let's place it in front here. So to about here I'm going to scale this just a little bit on the Y like this, and also on the X axis as well. Let's pull this slightly down, and we are going to go and add edge loops vertically and horizontally as well. So like this. And now let's go and move some of these vertices. Now here I'm going to go and pull this down by pressing G and Z. This one can go slightly out like so, and this one can go down as well. I'm going to move this a little bit closer here, and maybe this one can go slightly down as well. And now we can go and move on the right orthographic view. I'm going to move this back by pressing G and Z. Also this one here, and this one slightly can go inside as well, like this. And now also in front orthographic view we are going to select those vertices and G and Y to pull this back. Also here we can go and move this one slightly down, and also this one as well. And we are done with modeling snout. So now we can go and continue with nose. So first I'm going to go and lower this down slightly, and for nose we are going to use once again cube and also subdivision surface modifier. I'm going to change shading to smooth, and also I will immediately apply mirror modifier on top with clipping on. In edit mode we are going to go and add edge loop here in the middle by pressing Ctrl and R. You can see all the shortcuts in the left corner. And now make sure that you're in X-ray mode so you can get rid of this half here. And now I'm going to place it on top here. I'm going to scale it down, S and X to scale it on the X-axis. And also let's go and pull this in front like this. And now I'm going to go actually and pull this back here. Let's go and add edge loop there, pull it there, and now I'm going to go and add edge loop here as well. And also, for example, we can go and pull this slightly up like this. Also those here, G and Z. Now I'm going to go and pull this one slightly more, this one as well. Now let's move on right orthographic view, and here I'm going to go and move this a little bit on the back like so. And now let's select this. I'm going to deselect those vertices here. We can go and press C to enter in circle selection, and you can scroll up and down to increase your brush size. And by holding a middle mouse you will be able to deselect all of this. Let's pull this a little bit in the front like this. Now here I'm going to go and lower it down, and on top orthographic view we are going to go and move this a little bit in the back, and also this one here. Let's select everything and pull all of this a little bit in the front. So let's go and see how it's going to look like so far. And here I'm going to go and adjust this a little bit more. So we can go in X-ray mode. I'm going to actually move this slightly up, and also this one here. So this one as well. And we are done with modeling nose. So maybe we can go and just a little bit pull this in front. And also here I'm going to go in X-ray mode once again, and maybe a little bit rounded like this is going to be just fine. And now I'm going to go and continue with whiskers. So for whiskers we are going to use curve, bezier, and let's add mirror modifier. So now we can go in edit mode, and by pressing G we are going to move this to the side. You can see that now we are having only single lines, but if you go under curve properties under geometry, there is option which is called depth, and here you can go and add depth to your curves. So I'm going to keep this one as it is for now. I'm going to turn on fill caps as well, and now I can press R, X and 90 to rotate for 90 degrees. I'm going to scale this down and place it where this should be. So to about here is going to be fine. And now I'm going to go and pull this inside. And here I will go and decrease this depth to be 0.01. And here now I will go and place this one closer here. You can go and scale this down. Now I'm going to rotate, pull this closer inside, S to scale. And I'm going to go and pull it there. Maybe we can go and increase it a little bit, so 0.05. Let's try like that. And now it's going to be just fine. Now we can select this vertex here, this end here. By pressing Alt and S we will be able to shrink scale it. So we can go and create that tinier end of this whisker. Now here I'm going to pull it a little bit there. A to select everything, Shift D to duplicate it one more time down. Let's pull it here and rotate as well. Now we can duplicate this one once again, and here I'm going to go and move this slightly down, and let's go and also rotate this as well. Pull it up a little bit, and as you can see we are done with modeling this front part of the cat. I'm going to adjust this snout once again. Let's pull this a little bit closer here and maybe higher here. So now it's going to be just fine. And now we can go and continue with ears. For the ears we are going to use simple cube. So with the shift and add we can go and add cube, also subdivision surface. Let's increase this subdivision to 2. Right, also mirror modifier, right click to change shading to smooth. And now we can go in edit mode and place this on top here. I'm going to scale this down, and here I will go and adjust this a little bit. We can go in X-ray mode, and here we can go and pull this up like this. So I'm going to extrude actually this up, S and X to scale this on the X-axis. And here we can go and rotate this slightly like this. And now I'm going to adjust this a little bit. So here I will go and move this one down, also this one here. And now we can go and select those two front faces. Make sure that you are selecting front faces because we are working in X-ray mode. And we can go and press I to insert faces there. And with E I'm going to extrude it a little bit on the Y-axis like so. And now we are going to go and adjust this a little bit, so it's a little bit too big, so I'm going to scale this down. And here I can go on top orthographic view. We can go actually and rotate this one slightly like this. I'm going to pull this one slightly down, and here I'm going to go and let's see how it's going to look like. So I'm going to turn off X-ray, and here I'm going to adjust this a little bit so I can go in X-ray mode, and maybe we can go and select those parts here, and maybe we can slightly move this down like this. And also we can just slightly scale this on the Y-axis. So let's see how it's going to look like. So I'm going to return this scaling on the Y, and I can go in X-ray mode, and here I'm going to go and select all these vertices there and pull this slightly down. And also we can go and move this one slightly here, and let's make it a little bit more up. And also this one can go slightly down as well. I will return this back a little bit there. And here I'm going to go and also in X-ray mode, in edit mode, I can go and pull this slightly there, and also this one on the Y-axis. And as you can see, we are done with modeling cat ears. So maybe we can go and slightly rotate this, and I will go and place it a little bit there. And here we are done with modeling cat ears. So now we can go and continue with tail. But before that, actually I want to go and scale this. I can go in X-ray mode and make sure that you are selecting those two faces here. And let's try to scale this a little bit more down, or we can press I to insert keyframe, insert the face there. And here you can see that this is a little bit, I'm going to return actually 2 times. And now we can go and you can see that this is a little bit too thin, so I can go and pull this slightly here, and also on the Z-axis. And here we can go and increase this one more time, this subdivision surface modifier. And we are done with modeling cat ears. The only thing that we could maybe fix is going to be this part here. We can go and move it on the X-axis. Let's turn off X-ray for now and pull it down slightly like this. I'm going to select this vertex here, and also I can go and move this one slightly as well. So like this is going to be just fine. And now for nose, I want to adjust it a little bit more. So here I can go in X-ray mode, and to make it more puffier, I'm going to rotate this and also pull this up, also this one here. And now we can go and select all of this and make it a little bit closer. So we can press G and X, and now we can go and pull it a little bit inside, or actually we can go and scale it, and now also pull this closer there. And the last step is going to be tail. So for tail we can go and use a simple cube. So with the shift and A we can add a cube, and also a subdivision surface with number of subdivision 2. Right click to change shading to smooth, and now we can go and scale this down and start pulling this, start extruding those parts out. So here I can go and rotate. Let's scale it a little bit more, and here we can go and press E to extrude. Now we can go and rotate this slightly. I'm going to extrude a couple of times. Let's go and rotate as well. E to extrude. Now we can rotate on the other side, or actually I'm going to go and rotate here, E to extrude, like this, and let's extrude it one more time. I'm going to extrude it like this, and we can go and add one more edge loop here, and maybe we can go and pull this slightly here. Now we can adjust those a little bit more, so we can go and rotate this one here. I'm going to go and move this one slightly there. This one can go down, and here we are done with modeling cat tail and modeling the cat. So now I'm going to go and adjust this tail a little bit more. So here we can go and scale this down, or actually we can go and pull it up slightly, S to scale. Also this one can go here, can rotate, and S to scale. Going to move this. So I'm just trying to keep the volume of the tail, and now should be just fine. I'm going to go and switch to material preview, and now we can go and add material. So for body we are going to use the gray color here, and also let's add a little bit of blue. So I'm going to go and decrease here. So some color, something like this is going to be just fine. You can use the same hex that I have here. Now for the inside of the ears, and for ears we are going to use the same material that we have here. Also for tail, and here I have the same tail here. Now for whiskers we are going to use simple black material. We are going to use that black material. For eyes we are going to use the same material that we had before. For nose we are going to add pink color. And now for snout we are going to add almost the same color here as we had for our body, but only this time is going to be a little bit lighter. So let's find this 0.04. You can always rename your material here. I'm going to make this one unique, and I'm going to switch here and pull this slightly to be there. And now for the inside of the ears I'm going to switch to solid view, and here I'm going to go and switch to face selection, so we can select those two faces, create a new face here, and here we can go and use the same material that we had, so for our snout, and we can press assign, and also now we can go and press I to insert face here, so like this. And as you can see we are done with modeling cat. Everybody, and welcome to our fifth video in this course. So as you can see we created several different animals, and you can see that by using this kind of techniques for modeling you will be able to create a lot of different characters. So now I'm going to hide my cat collection, and I'm going to bring back my rhino because I want to use this rhino for creating scene. And also I want to show you how you can create interesting scene which you can include in your portfolio and also share it on your social media. So now I'm going to select the rhino here, and by pressing G and Z I'm going to place it on top of our grid here. And also let's go and create standing platform where our character is going to stand on. So with the Shift and A we can go and create simple plane. I'm going to press S to scale it, and next we will need camera. So with the Shift and A we can find camera here, and by pressing 0 or toggling here you will be able to enter in camera view. And right now we cannot see anything because we are inside of rhino here, so we can press Shift and period key or key above tab, you can see it here, to enter in fly camera view. And now with your keyboard you will be able to enter in your in fly camera mode, and now you can use keyboard to navigate around. So for example I'm going to place my camera for now to about here, and also here under camera settings you will be able to turn on this under viewport display, this space part out all the way up, so now you will be able to see only what camera is going to see. And also under compositing guides you can use for example turrets and also center, and now you can see those compositing guides which you can use to create a better composition for your final render. So now I'm going to scale this a little bit, and now we can focus on creating scene. with our character, but before that I want to move those to camera and plane to my rhino collection, so we can press M and switch those to rhino collection here, because I want to work only in one collection. And now I'm going to pull my cat collection above rhino here, because I want to have rhino be the last one, and I want to see it as an active one. So all new objects that we are going to create are going to appear in this collection here. Now here we can use our character, and for beginners you don't need to learn rigging immediately. You can use just simple modeling to create an interesting pose for your character, and I will show you now how you can use it and how you can do it actually. So right now I want to create the scene where this rhino is, for example, dropping default cube in the air. So first let's go and create a simple cube. So with the shift and A I'm going to create a cube. I will press S to scale it, and now we can go and move it to the side and place it here on top like this, and let's keep this one as it is for now. And now we can go and hide it for now. So I'm just going to show you how it's going to look like. You can press 0, and I'm going to go actually and navigate on side. Let's keep this one as it is for now. So now we can go and hide our cube here, and now we can focus on posing our character. So first of all I'm going to select this body part, and I'm going to move on top orthographic view by pressing 7, and immediately I can press Alt and Z to enter in X-ray mode, and I will turn on this vertex selection. And now I want to place arms in front of him, so I can go and press G and R to rotate as well. I'm going to pull it to about here, R to rotate like this, and now we can go and rotate this one as well slightly up like this, and you can see that we immediately have pose like he is holding something. And now I can go and, for example, add one more edge loop there. Let's try that. And here I'm going to go and scale this. Okay, so we don't need that edge loop there. So we can use just this that we have already. So I'm going to also press G and Z to pull it up a little bit, and I can go and press R to rotate as well. So like this is going to be just fine. And now I'm going to use this edge loop, and I can press twice G to do edge sliding. And here I can go and let's go, and here you will be able to see how it's going to look like. And now I'm going to go and actually rotate this slightly by pressing twice R, and let's go and move it like this. Now we can go and select all of this, and I can go and press G and Z to pull this slightly up like this. Now I'm going to switch this X-ray mode, and now I will be able to focus here in solid view, so to see if everything is okay. And now I'm going to go and, for example, we can go and move this slightly back by pressing G and move it back. Now let's select the whole arm and also this part here, and I'm going to move this a little bit closer, pull this a little bit up, and also we can go and slightly rotate as well. So now it looks like our rhino is holding something in the air. And now we can go and select all of this, and also body and tail as well. And now we will be able to enter in edit mode, and now we can control all of this. So for example, we can go and select all these top parts, make sure that you're working in X-ray mode, and for example we can go and rotate this slightly back. So now it's looking like he is looking up. You can see how it's going to be. I'm going to switch to material preview, and also I'm going right now, for example, to before we continue, actually I'm going to select this edge loop, and for example we can go and move this slightly up, so we can go and press G and Z, S to scale a little bit. So now also we will need to scale this inside part here. So like this is going to be just fine. Let's see how it's going to look like. And now I'm going to select our rhino one more time, and now we can go and select this edge loop here, and by pressing twice J we will be able to do edge sliding. Make sure that you are in X-ray mode and you are selecting the whole edge loop. G and Z to pull this slightly up, and now it's going to be just fine. Now next I want to apply our mirror modifier here. Make sure that you are in object mode. We can press Ctrl and A or apply it like this. And now, for example, we can go and select this feet here, and we can go and also, for example, we can rotate this slightly on the side, and for example we can rotate this as well like this, or pull it down. I'm going to enter in camera view so we can see how it's going to look like. And now let's unhide our cube, and you can see that we will need to rotate it a little bit more. So we can go and select the whole character, or actually I'm going to place our foot back because I want to adjust it a little bit more. So I'm going to use undo, and now I will switch back and select all of these, enter in edit mode, and for example I can go and select this part here, and now I will be able to rotate all of this. I'm going to be in edit mode before that, in X-ray mode. So I want just slightly to rotate it and bend it back like this, a little bit more. And now I can go and adjust our feet a little bit. So for example we can select this, and for example we can go and move it back by pressing G and pull it back. And also, for example, we can rotate this one slightly. Now we can deselect some of these by pressing C and entering in the X-ray, and pressing middle click we can go and deselect. And for example we can go and slightly move this down. So I'm going to deselect all of these parts, and also this one here, and we can go and rotate this, or actually pull it down and rotate as well. Now we can go and move it here, select it here, and I'm going to press R and Z to rotate this a little bit on the other side, and I'm going to press G and X to pull it here on the side as well. And for tail we can go and maybe just slightly rotate it here. I'm going to select both of these, and let's place it like this. And now we have interesting pose. Now let's also unhide our cube. That is going to be our main focus here. And also for now I'm going to add just simple material to our background. So let's make it green, not on our default cube but background, something like this. And I will press 0 to enter in camera view. So as you can see, we are done with posing our character. And that's it about this video. Stay tuned, because in the next video, which is going to be our last video in this course, we are going to add background details, some depth of field. Also we will work on the lighting and final render settings as well. So see you there. Everybody, and welcome to our last video in this course. So as you can see, we are done with posing our character, and we have interesting scene. And now in this video we are going to do final render settings, and we are going to add details to our scene as well. So first I'm going to select our background here, and I will enter in edit mode. And now I want to go and add a little bit more geometry than before. So right now we have those 4 vertices, and we can go and press right click to subdivide it. And here in this menu here, we are going to increase number of cuts to be 100. And the reason for this is because I want to move some of these vertices up and down, and for this one we can go and use this proportional editing, or we can press O, and here we have different kind of interpolation. So for example we have this smooth, and for example we can go and grab some of these, and for example I'm going to show you here. You can see that now when we're moving this, but before that we need to increase the brush size by scrolling up. So for example you can see that the other vertices are moving as well. So now I can go in on our scene, and here I can go and select some of these. For example, let's switch for example to be this root. For example, I'm going to move this slightly down, and now I will just go and move some of this area up and down. So now I have a little bit more different style of background and plane as well. So now here I will go and pull this slightly up like this, and now I will go and switch to render settings here, and here I will switch render engine to be a cycle because I want to have a higher quality of the render. And before that, don't forget to disable all these other stuff in scene collection to be disabled to be rendered. So you will need to check on these cameras here, and now if you render this, only the rhino collection is going to be rendered out. And now if we switch here in rendered view, you can see that we cannot see anything because we don't have any light, and we can go and use a regular lights here and try to recreate the lighting to have custom lighting, or we can use HDRI. So for example, we can go on our internet browser, and here on hdriheaven.com you will be able to find different HDRIs that you can use for your scene. And here, for example, if you open this one, you can go and find different kinds of resolution that you can download for free. I got already downloaded this 2K resolution, and now let's switch back to Blender. And here I will switch to shading, and here we have this node set up here for our ground because that one is selected now. You can see it here. And now instead of object, we will need to switch to world setting, and with the Shift and A I will search for environment texture. Now here I can go and plug in it here to background, and let's go and insert it here. I already have mine there. And also, for example, we can go and find mapping node, and we can plug in it here. And also we will need the last one to be texture. So with the Shift and A I will search for texture coordinate node, and I'm going to pull it here. And for example, we can go and plug in it like this. And now if we switch to rendered view, you can see that we have insert our HDRI, and if you want to rotate your scene on the back, you can use this rotation here if you want to have different kinds of lights. And now I am going to press 0 to enter in camera view, and here I'm going to go and find my camera settings. Let's switch to layout mode, and under camera, let's find it, it's right here. Under camera I'm going to change our type from perspective to orthographic because I want to have orthographic style of my render here. Let's increase this orthographic scale. And now with the Shift and period key I will go and navigate to about here. Now also I want to change shading of my background to be smooth, so we can go and select it, right click and change shading to smooth. Let's switch now to material preview here, and let's now pause it a little bit more. So now you can see that this leg is a little bit entering inside of the ground. So here I can go and select this one and pull this slightly down like this. Now I can go and disable this proportional editing. Let's pull this one slightly up, and also actually I will go and select a few of these, G and Z, to pull it up. Let's see how it's going to look like. And now I will also select once again our character. I will select this edge loop by pressing Alt and left clicking, and with G and Y we can go and pull this slightly in front like this. Now I'm going to enter in camera view one more time, and here let's go and switch to face selection, and let's select some of these faces, and with G and Z we can go and pull this slightly down. This can go up a little bit, and also for example we can go and move this hand a little bit down, so we can select a vertex selection, and in X-ray mode I will select this top part of this hand here, and for example we can go and move it slightly down. So now we will be able to see our face here when we press 0. And for example I'm going to go and maybe we can go as well rotate the other hand a little bit more. So we can go and rotate it slightly here, and now it's going to be just fine. So next we can go and for example rotate this by pressing twice R. So now it's having a little bit more different look. And also for example we can go and select our camera, and here we are going to turn on this depth of field. and right now we cannot see anything, but for our focus object we are going to use this rhino here. And now you can go and play with f-stop, so something like this is going to be just fine. And now we are going to add different elements around. So for example, we can go and add stones. So with Shift and A we can just go and simply add icosphere. I'm going to decrease number of subdivision to 1, and here I can go and place it a little bit there. Let's enter in camera view, and here I'm going to add simple gray material for stone like this. Let's scale it up a little bit. Maybe we can go and rotate. Now we can go actually in solid view, and here we can go and move some of these vertices. So we can go and press S and X like this, and for example we can go and move this one slightly up. So let's see how it's going to look like. We can go now and also add a subdivision surface modifier, change shading from flat to smooth. And here, for example, I can go and scale this. The next one can be scaled up on the Z and X as well. We can go and use this time proportional editing, and for example we can go and grab this one here, pull it down like so. Now we are going to place it on our scene a little bit better. So maybe this time we can use this flat shading, and let's place it here. I'm going to scale this down. Let's decrease number of subdivision because we want to have this low poly look. Right click to change shading to flat. And now I'm going to duplicate it one more time. This time I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger than it is. I will also rotate it as well, and I will move it here on the back side. Let's go and scale this down. I'm going to move this down, turn off proportional editing, and now I'm going to go and duplicate this couple of times, and this one we can go and make this one small. We can scale this a little bit on the X, and also let's rearrange them. I'm going to actually scale this one a little bit. Let's place it down. Also this one on the back as well. You can go and select it. Also this part here. Let's place it inside. Now this part as well. G and Z to place it inside. This one can go there. Now I will go and duplicate the small one a little bit more. Like this. So now we can go and duplicate this one as well slightly down to make the small one. I'm going to get rid of this one. So now, for example, we can go and grab this one here, enter in X-ray mode, and in edit mode I'm going to scale this down. Let's switch to solid view, so now we can work a little bit faster. I'm going to place it there one. This one can go a little bit big. R to rotate as well. And this one is going to be just fine for now. And now, for example, we can go and add grass. So for grass we can use a particle system. So I'm going to move my 3D cursor here by holding Shift and right clicking. And with the Shift and A I'm going to add cube to our scene. And here we can go in X-ray mode. In edit mode I'm going to pull this up. Actually, let's go and scale this down. G and Z to pull this up. E to extrude. S to scale. Now I'm going to select this one, and I can go and duplicate this one. I can go and add one more edge loop by pressing Ctrl and there. Make this one a little bit bigger. Let's create one more here. So this is going to be just simple object like this. And also we can go and add subdivision surface modifier with number of subdivision 2, change shading to smooth. And now we will need to select our background here, and here under particle system we can go and create a new particle system, and under render we are going to use render as object, And for instance object we are going to select the grass that we created. So I will go and select these cubes, and right now we cannot see anything because we will need to decrease we are going to put end of this particle system to be 1. And also now here we can go and zoom in so we can see it. And also now under scale, under render, we can go and play a little bit with the scale and also with scale randomness. And also we can go and play a little bit with the rotation as well, with the face. So now I will press 0 to enter in camera view, and now you can see that now they are rotating a little bit on the wrong side. So I will need to go and rotate this for 90 degrees on the x-axis. Let's go and rotate them like this. Now we can see all this, how they're gonna look like. And here I'm going to go and select all of these, and I'm going to pull them a little bit up, and also here. So we'll need to move it a little bit on the back like this. And now we can go and switch to rendered view and finish our scene here. Before that we will need to add material to our grass here. I'm going to add a green color, and also for example we can go and change the color of this material here. So for example you can go and make it gray, and also you can create a different kinds of trees around. So I'm going to zoom in to see if everything is okay. Maybe here I'm going to change this color of this material here to be something like this. And also for example we can go and increase the size of it. So under scale we can go and push scale a little bit more. So I will switch to material preview, and here for scale we can go and play with the scale. So I think 0.5 is going to be fine. Let's see how it's going to look like. And also scale of the renderments is going to be 1. And now we can go and switch on final render settings. Under render settings we are going to use cycles. If you're working with Windows and you have a strong GPU, you can use GPU compute here under device. Next we will need to turn on the noising. Don't forget to turn on the noising because you don't want to have any noise in your scene. And also for example under color management you can increase, you can change look here to be for example medium high contrast. So let's switch to render reduce to see how it's going to look like. And you can see that now we have a little bit more contrast, and you can play with this look as you want. And also for example you can play with the curves. So for example if you pull this down you can see that we are having a little bit more saturation as well, and you can play with this one as well. You can also add another point and rotate it around, but this time I'm going to use the default one. I'm going to disable these overlays, and we are done with this course. So now I'm going to go and also here under output settings you will be able to change resolution of your final render, and also for your output here is going to be your destination of your render. I'm going to save mine on my folder where I created this one. Let's save it here. And for file format you can use PNG. And now if you go under render, and there is render image option, and now here your rendering is going to begin. So that's it about this course. I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see what you are going to create. So see you in the next course. Bye everybody, and welcome to bonus video of the course. So you saw that my thumbnail is a little bit different than my end result of the course, and I want to show you how you can enhance your render quality with a few tricks and tips. So here you can see that this cube is glowing, and the only thing that I did here is I added a different material. So if I select it, you can see that I'm only having this emission node, so we can find it with the Shift and A and search here emission node. And also we have strength, so you can play with the strength of the light that is emitting from that is coming out from this cube. And also you can play with the color as well. Next thing that I did, as you can see, we have eyebrows, and eyebrows can be useful to create facial expressions. So you can see that those are just simple two curves, so we can go and rotate them and scale them. We already did that on whiskers. And also you can see that eyes, they are glowing a little bit, and that's the only thing that I did here for eyes. I just changed material. So instead of having roughness set to 0.5, I just lower it down to 0, and also increase specular, so now they are shining a little bit more. Next, I also play with the render settings here. So under color management, you can use different kind of look and also play with curves. And also don't forget that you need to use cycle if you want to have higher quality render. I'm using this time Eevee because it's faster for me, because it's lagging when I'm recording at the same time when I'm using cycle, and Eevee is going to be just better for showcasing. And also you can see that we have different elements on our scene, and I got those from free Blender add-on, which you can find under Edit, Preferences, and here under Renders add-ons you can search for Blender Kit add-on. So you will need to check this box here, and now if you press N, you will be able to see Blender Kit menu here, and here you will be able to find different materials, scenes, HDRIs, brushes and models. So if you want to populate your scene with a few assets, you can just go under models here, and for example you can search for anything. I'm going to unhide here, and here for under search filters you will be able to select different search filters. So for example, if you want to, let's say if you want to use this carrot here, you can just go and drag it to your scene and it's going to be loaded. I'm going to wait a few seconds, and you can see that there are a lot of different props that you can use for your scene to populate and create interesting renders. So yeah guys, so those are basic tricks and techniques how you can enhance your render quality. My carrot is not loading that fast, so let's find something else so I can show you a quicker example. So I will switch to solid view because it's going to be much faster, and for example let's bring this sofa, or pillow, or sitting bag. I'm going to drag it here, and now it's going to take a little bit time to be loaded, but because I'm recording it's a little bit lagging. So once it's loaded, you will be able to scale it up, change materials, and also use some of meshes from that assets. And yeah guys, so you will need to think about how your final render is going to look like, what makes it interesting. Also you can go and play with compositing. Those are few tips and tricks that I use for my final render on my thumbnail, so you can play with those and try to enhance your render quality as much as possible. So yeah guys, see you in the next video. Bye.